Hello, Jack, and everyone that might be watching this in the future. I guess not. Anyways, Jack, you asked me to do this, so I'm doing this. You're the first player I'm gonna watch that is this high in levels, and um, basically, you're the first person that's higher than champion that I'm doing a video for. It will the thing that will be different with you, I expect, is that you will be mechanically up to speed, and whatever ideas you have in your head, they will be executed in the way you want to and the way you imagine them in your head. So every time from every mistake you do, it will be probably a mistake in decision making and things like that. It probably won't be a mechanical mistake. It might be. I don't know. We'll see. But this is what I expect. I expect those kinds of mistakes, and I think with those kinds of mistakes, I can indeed help. Um, so let's get into it. Okay. Let me check something. Okay, real quick. The thing I noticed from going from shut the fuck up, Mitch. Jesus. Fuck me. Okay. The thing I noticed going from champion to super champion by solo queuing is that when you press your button for the leaderboard and you see two cunts being in a party, the one thing you can always, and I mean always, expect them to do is you can expect them to kill the ball on kickoff. Um, actually wanted to do before even watching the replay and mention this on the kickoff. I forgot, so I lost my bragging rights. Anyways, I do know they like to do this, so when I saw you going for this very, very close kickoff, I knew this was a mistake. So usually when you are solo queuing, I don't know how much success you had with these. I would not recommend you being this close to the kickoff because the party always has the option of having set kickoff positions, while you with your solo queue mate don't. So I would recommend you doing a sort of uh, like far away um, cheat, going from here and then staying here. That would be great because any touch the second opponent does, you can react to quickly and closely. And also you can always go for boost, and then you will be facing an opponent that has low boost but has momentum and ball control. You can deal with that though. So this is a mistake on its own. I think you'll let's see what you do anyway. Good touch. This is much faster than I'm used to. Just give me time to adjust. Okay, that first touch is good. You did not mean to follow it, I think. If you did, then you missed the touch. But this, I can see why you would do this. He cannot really shoot from here, which is good. This 50-50, not too shabby. It's good for now. You're waiting for your teammate here. If he did make that touch, because of his angle, let's see his angle. This is great. Let's look at this fuck up. Because of his angle, the ball is not going to go towards you. So the only thing you can do is basically go for the ball. Even if he hits it, you'll be going for the ball. He's probably following up himself. So I would recommend, as soon as you see him going for something like this, just make a very fast rotation back to go. Your opponent whiffs, and then your teammate botches. Okay. I don't think you should have let the ball here. Okay, your teammate can go for. Okay. So right here, your teammate is in no position to go for this. And why would you do this? What are you doing? So the ball bounces behind your opponent. You're already turning to this side. You turn off ball cam instead of checking behind yourself. and then turning into this 50-50. Okay, so if you go for this 50-50, the ball cannot go towards the goal, because if you turn, you'll be going to the ball from here. That means he cannot possibly even, and also he's turning into the wrong direction, he cannot possibly get the ball going towards the goal. There's no way, since your car is physically not letting the ball go there. So the one that should be going for 50-50s here is you. You might be scared of his teammate, but also you're still, that would be even worse if you think his teammate is going for it, because you're basically, if he makes a very good touch or makes a follow-upable touch, he will dunk you or just score it, and your best chance is basically just turning real quick and either doing 50-50 with him or blocking his shot. And since he is going for the ball and it is behind him and he has no speed, I think you should have went for the 50-50 here. Your teammate goes for this, and by the way, if he does the 50-50, the ball can literally go into the goal. Difficult, but doable, I guess. He bumps the opponent, and everything else is history. You cannot, you trusted too much the opponent there. It's kinda cheeky. You're dribbling this very slowly, neatly. Good flick. Good job. I wanna see him one more time. There's one behind you, but you don't seem to be worried too much about him. Why? Okay, that's one. You didn't check. I would be paranoid and I'd check, but that's just me. You're taking it slowly. It was a good decision. You scored, so it's good. But also, I just want you to notice that your teammate is basically me in most of our games. You never pass these. You can score those, yeah, but you could even score from the pass from the backboard. And the shot itself is not something your teammate can react to. If you flicked earlier or made a bounce dribble instead and shot, your teammate could react to the rebound and you can start an attack for longer periods. So, you know, one of those attacks that just goes shot, rebound, shot, rebound, shot, rebound until your opponents break. But you do like to go for the fast shots. Not bad there. You just have to think how this will affect your teammates. You let him on this one go. I think it's a good decision. And then, of course, your opponents being as mobile as they are, no one's contesting that, and you have a nice shot. Good job. Let's see your other kickoff. Have you learned? No, you haven't. But you are faster than him to the ball somehow. It just shows that maybe this replay was not the best. You stalled. I think you're stealing the Batmobile's guy's boost. Smart. Well, you didn't check once behind yourself. I would recommend you, since you're stealing his boost, you might think he's at least pissed, or at least you're a high priority target since you're close to him and you have his boost and you have 100 boost. So it would be good for him to go for demo. You're waiting this from a good distance. I agree with all of this. You miss, which is unfortunate. I think once you notice he whiffs, you do have time. Nah, it's okay. No, you just miss. Yeah. It wasn't that high of a ball to make many adjustments. I'm looking at the timeline and I don't see a goal happening in the next second. So, lol. You missed the open goal. Okay, happens. That's just a mechanical error, I think. Unless you were passing, then that's just stupid. That's I don't know. It looks like you were going for the touch, not the block. And I think you went for the wrong kind of touch, since your teammate is so far away from the goal and you're basically the last guy. You should never be going to try to clear this out. The thing I would recommend for you to do is wait for the ball to bounce at its highest or as high as possible, get underneath it as much as possible, and just send the ball flying upwards, up the wall, so you buy your teammate as much time as possible. Your opponents fuck up once more. I think they should have scored this. You basically made a mistake and they should have punished you. They didn't. I was. Let me say this from the bird's perspective, yeah? So, where are we? Okay. So, you don't check cameras. You didn't check where your opponents are. From this point, I'd be worried about getting dunked from that guy. They're shit opponents, so, you know. Um, Now this is called recovery, boys. This is how you recover. You fly 45 degrees towards the opponent's towards your own goal. Nice. Anyways, bird's perspective, you should be checking, at least looking over your shoulder to the right while waiting for the ball to bounce down to get the dribble. You dribble into you cut into the field, which I agree with, but you also over dribble it because you just make the ball go down to the floor. Again, you're not thinking of your teammate. Not once, not even in one dribble did I see you looking what the best option would be for your teammate. And basically in Super Champions, I don't get teammates like this. Like this being here when you're dribbling and here is like paradise. So when you have this kind of situation, you always want to know where your opponent's at, which you didn't check, and you want to know where your teammate is, which you didn't check as well. If you did check, you could have cut in with a smoother angle, so not as sharp as you did. And then when you cut in like that, you could have made a sharp touch into the middle for your teammate. You also, I don't think, you just let this ball go away, which you do a lot of the times. I think that was kind of a delayed reaction from you. It was kind of like you were expecting him to hit the ball aggressively because you did let the ball just go into him. But I think I disagree with you just letting the ball come to you here. I think you should have abused your bait. You baited him nicely into that 50-50, but you didn't do a 50-50. I think you should have known he was going to go for it. Even if he just made a light touch, it would have bounced off his car far enough to give you the advantage in the 50-50. But since he fucked it up even more than just bouncing it off his car, he also literally passed to you, and you're waiting for the ball instead of just aggressively going for the 50-50. I would recommend you going for the 50-50 there. That was, in my opinion, not a good touch. Should have made at least a shot from there. Your teammate does good. You're like letting him work, which is, I agree with it. You're taking over the situation, which your opponent, your teammate agrees with, so that's nice. You're doing an air dribble. Not bad, I guess. It was a terrible finish, but a good idea. I wouldn't think of it. Okay, you kind of you you kind of went too fast for this. Like, there's no way in fuck that ball is going to bounce where you're aiming at. I just don't see it. I don't understand how you think this ball will bounce there. But I do think you were too fast to jump into the air. It's like almost nitpicking at this point. But I think you should try to stay a bit more on the ground when you're unsure of what to do, because on the ground you have more mobility and better acceleration, and you would have been able to score that. Not a bad 50-50. Let me see something. It's not a bad 50, but I think you should have jumped into this 50-50 as well. Since, yeah, I don't think he had much speed or the angle. He was sitting with the side of his car, so another 50-50 there would have been better than just leaving it. A good pressure shot. But they're just terrible. This is like watching challengers fight, you know, super champions. Horrible. Anyways, that's all I have to say for this. This is gonna be one of my shorter videos because I usually go into free play at this point and show some mechanical things which you don't need. I can teach you how to flick if you want, but you know, I think you got that covered. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this. Hope it helps. See ya.